Hi guys, my name is Mark and I love making things sweet and on style. Welcome to my first vlog. If you are someone who is interested into cooking, baking, or simply making beautiful edible flowers for your cakes, or let's say gardening if you have problems with your plants, or simply arts and craft like this painting, you came into the right channel. So for today, I'm gonna teach you how to make a very easy, beautiful, edible roses made from sugar. So what are we waiting for? Let's start! Hi guys, thank you for joining me on this Gumpaste Rose tutorial. So this is very easy. Okay, for our materials, you'll be needing a rose petal cutter. You need a rolling pin, ball tools, and then this is a cornstarch puff. Also, I have here edible glue. So this is just 2 tablespoons of water with 1/4 teaspoon of Tylose powder. And then I have here shortening. So I'm using Crisco or Puratos. Also, we'll be using foam pads and a sponge. Also, we will be using different paintbrush. So I'm using makeup brushes for dusting and adding accents to the flower. And you need a container where you will put the paste so it won't dry out. And then you need, this is a veinner or a mold for the texture of our petals. Okay, let's start. So the first thing you need a base for your rose flower. So here I have here a styrofoam. This is 1 inch size. But if you don't have styro, you can use the gum piece itself. So you need to make a bud. So let's say for example, this is your gum paste. So just roll it out on your palm. And then make a teardrop shape. Just like so. And then using your wire, this is wire number 23. Make a loop and then insert it on one end. And then lock and press. Just like that. Okay. So the first thing that we will do, you need to get a small amount of your gum paste, same as the size of the ball. Okay. This is around 1 inches. So gently knead and massage the paste. First, you put shortening on your hands. Okay. And then you gently knead and massage the paste to condition it. If it becomes too sticky, you just dab cornstarch on your palm. Okay, and knead the paste. Okay, so we put it on the table. Dab a little cornstarch. And we start rolling. Okay. So for the size, it should be at least around 2 inches. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to put edible glue on your paste. Okay, just like that. After that, we put our styro and then you need to wrap this. So just close it randomly and then push it towards the end. The reason why we are putting gum paste on the styro so that the petals will stick faster. Okay, so we close the end just like that and then gently press going upward to create a small horn-like shape, a pointy end, just like that. Okay. And after this, no need to smoothen this out because we will cover this all with petals. So we have something like that. Okay. So now you need your gum paste. So this is color white. I added very little red so that it becomes pink or light peach in color. So just add cornstarch. Okay, and then gently we roll. So when you're rolling, just roll on one direction. So either going inward or going outward. Just roll in one direction so that your paste won't stick to the rolling pin. Okay, so we need to roll this out very thin. So how would you know if it's okay? If you can see the markings on the table underneath, if it's almost transparent, it's fine. Okay, so we'll be using only 2 sets of cutters. So this is cutter number 3 and then cutter number 2. Okay, for the size of the cutter, I'll put this on the description box below. So first you cut. When you cut, gently press and then move your paste so that it comes out very thin. Okay? Okay, so basically you need 12 pieces of this one. You can go more depending on if you wanted your rose to look more full, but my standard number is only 12 pieces for this one. And then for the cutter number 3, you need only 5 pieces. But if you want to make it 6 or 7, it's up to you. Okay, so after that, we will first work with the smaller petals. So I have here petals that I already cut earlier. So it's gonna be like this. So we need to get our foam pad. Okay, so you dab cornstarch so it won't stick. And then put your petal. And then dab cornstarch. So what you need to do, we need to thin out the petals and expand the shape. Okay, so it will be like that. So from this, it becomes like this. So for the measurement, at first, this is only 2 centimeter. So when we expand, it became 4 centimeter. Okay, so from 2 centimeter, it becomes 4 centimeter. And then after that, you need to fill the edges. Okay, so just put your ball tool, half of the ball is inside, half is outside, and then just go around the edges so that it becomes frilling. Okay, so you do the same with the next petal. Okay, so just push the ends using your ball tool. Okay, just like so. And then again, we go around the edges. Okay, so there is natural frilling. Okay, so after that, I will take out the other petals that I did earlier. So this is how we will stick the petal to our bud. So this is our bud. Okay, pardon me for the chicken. The chicken is a bit noisy. So first, this is your first petal. You tap out the excess glue on your hands. So you put glue all over the first petal, just like that. Okay, and you put it on this position. So there should be a little space, like that. And then you start folding. Okay, and then we fold again. So it should be perfectly closed like this. Okay, the color white should never be seen. Okay, it should be closed. So after that, we will add another petal. So when you're adding the next series of petals, you only put glue on a V motion. Okay, so like that, one side and then the other side, letter V. So we ended here. So this is where I will insert the next petal. So I'm not putting it inside, just on top. Okay, and then close. Okay, just like that. So this should be very close. So just the same level. Okay. Again, same level. And close. Just like that. So you put glue on letter D motion. Okay. So at this time, we will add another petal, but we will make it a bit higher. See that? It should be a little higher. Okay. So get another petal. Okay, so this should be at the same level. And then we will add it here. So here you will see that it is very intact and close. So this is what it should look like. Okay, so we need to get our other petals. Okay, like that. So if you want it more close, you can actually pinch the flower. Okay, just like so. Just add edible glue. So this next petal should be a little bit higher. Okay, see that? Just like that. So basically, I'm just putting it on top of the next petal. So I'm not inserting it. Okay. So all the small petals, you should finish it just on the center. Okay, so all the 12 pieces is only for the bud. For the center bud. Can you see that? Okay, so you can actually open this a little bit if you want. It's up to you. But what's important is there is layering inside. So you see that there's so many layers of petals. That's what's important. Because for me, the secret to a beautiful rose is a very compact center. Okay. And then this is our 12 petal. Okay, so you just stick just like so. So there you have it. This is what it looks like. So you can open this a little bit if you want. Okay, so we will move on to the next size of the petal. So we already cut 12 pieces of this one. So after that, we cut 5 pieces of the next size. This is cutter number 3. Okay, so the procedure is actually the same. Okay, so you dab it with cornstarch. And then we need to expand the paste so that it becomes wider and thinner. Okay, just like so. And then after that, the difference is this one we will vein. So you put it on your veiner, just like that, and then gently press. Okay, and then take it out. So you see, when you put it on the veiner, it has the natural lines, which is very pretty, like that. Okay. So again, you do the same. Okay, so with regards to the size, this is 6 centimeter. Okay, so from 3.5 centimeter, this is already 6 centimeter. Okay, and then we vein. Just press lightly on your veiner. Okay, so I already have here pre-cut petals. So I have here 5. So what I'll do, I'll just press it on my veiner. Okay, so press on your veiner. This one, you press on your veiner. Okay, so after that, you have your 5 petals already. What we will do, the first one, you need to get it and then flip it over. So, you need to frill the edges. Okay? Just go lightly, like that. Okay? So, when you're doing this, half of the ball is outside, half is inside. So, I'll show you again. So this is your taste. Okay, half of the ball is outside, half is inside, and then gently go to the left and then go to the right. Okay, go to the left, go to the right. Okay, do the same with the next set. Okay, so we're done with our 5 petals. So you need to get your bud. So this is our rose bud. We ended here, so this is where I'll add 1 petal. Okay, so same procedure, get edible glue, dab out the excess on your hands, then get your first petal. You put glue on a V motion. Okay, and then at this level, we will attach it here. Okay. Just like so. Okay, so it's a bit higher but not too high. See that? And then you gently open the petals a little bit by pinching. Okay, so do the same with the next petal. Okay, so we ended here, so I'll add here. Okay. And gently open your petal. You see that? It's very pretty. Okay, so just continue adding petals. See that? So gently pinch your petals. So at this point, sometimes what I love to do, to make it more natural, you can actually put some holes and actually tear up some petals. Just like that. Okay. So that it becomes more natural. Okay, so when you're adding petals at this point, your hand should be positioned like this, okay? So that when you stick the petal, you will only press on the sides where there is glue, okay, on the letter V. Never ever press this side or the middle, because if you press this one, your petals will flap. Okay, so we're down to the last set for the second layer. Okay, so again, hold it like this. It's like you're holding a taco shell. So insert it here. Okay, so the beauty with this one, it's non-wired, so even if you move it, your petals won't flap because there is angle, there is a space here. Okay, so never ever press this one, the middle part of the petal, because if you press this, your petals will flap. Okay, it should be like this. You can pinch the petals to add more character and movement. Okay, so we'll move on to the last set of the petals. So again, for this one, I already have pre-thinned petals. So using cutter number 3 again, you need to roll out and cut, but this time it should be thicker. So you see, it's very thick. So what I will do, you need to dab cornstarch on your table. Okay. And then gently, you need to thin out just the sides. Okay, so I'm just pressing on the sides, avoiding the center because that needs to be thick. Okay, so remember to add cornstarch so that your petal won't stick to the table. Okay, just like so. So we have this. Okay, so we repeat the process. Okay, just thin out the edges. So the reason why I'm using a rolling pin, because when you roll it out, the edges are uneven, which is what we want for the last set of petals. Okay, we want it to be very uneven so it would look more natural. Unlike if you'll be using a ball tool, you have more control of the shape. So if you're using this method, as you'll see, it's very uneven. That's what we wanted. Okay, and then you see the center, this part is very thick. It should be like that. Okay, so here I have here all my 5 petals that I cut and thinned earlier. So put it on your veiner, just like that, and then gently press. Okay. So there you have it. So the reason why this part is thick, because you need to put this on your sponge, okay, and dab cornstarch. And then using the bigger size ball tool, I will go back and forth in this motion to make it cup, okay, to curve the petal. Or if you find this technique hard, you can actually just put it on the spoon or a petal former. But if you don't have a spoon or a petal former, this is my technique. Just like that. So you see, the petal is curved. It's cupped. So you need to do this on all the petals. Okay, so first, we need to vein. So press on the veiner, okay, and then that cornstarch, and just let it set. Okay. So just repeat the process. So again, we press. Okay. So when I'm putting it on the sponge, I'm actually flipping it So the front side should be facing you, okay? So this one needs to be more cupped. Okay, so don't be scared by cupping the petals because my Gumpaste recipe does not tear up easily. So with regards to the recipe, you can actually get the file on my personal blog page. So that's MARCKEVINSTYLE on Facebook. It's posted there. I will put a link on the description box below. Okay, our last petal. So just need to pop this one. Okay, so there we have it. Our 5 petals. So we need to let this set first before we attach it to the rose. Okay, so for the meantime, you need to roll out the paste very thin again. And then using your cutter number 2, so I have here one already. You just need to cut. So you need 2 pieces of cutter number 2. So what I will do, so while this is setting and drying out, okay, so we will make this one the smaller petal. So this is the first set of petals that actually came out of the rose. So basically, just the same procedure. Thin it out, but then put it on the veiner. Okay. So press hard on the veiner, just like that, and then after that, put it on the sponge, and then you need to cup. Okay, just like so. So if you notice, this is darker, same color as the first set of petals. The reason behind, later on, we will color this with green and little bits of red. Okay, just like this one, the one on the bottom. Okay, so put it on your veiner and then gently press. After that, put it on your sponge and then cup the petal. Okay, so now we will stick the petals. Okay, so it's still a bit soft, so we need to let it dry out a little bit. So while we are waiting, I will teach you how to make the sepals. So these are the green leaves underneath. So that's the sepal. So I'll teach you how to make the sepals. So first you need a dark green color. So this is forest green. So for you to achieve this color, I just mixed in red, yellow, and then green. So it's 1 drop of red, 1 drop of yellow, and then around 3 drops of green, and then you'll have this very pretty dark color. Okay. So you need to get a very small amount of the paste, just like that. Okay, because we need to roll it out thin. So just move it a little bit. Okay, so dab cornstarch on your table, also on your paste. So now you need to roll this out. Okay, and then we will use our cutter number 1. So the smallest cutter. You need to cut 3 pieces only. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so after that, you get your scissors. What you need to do, you need to cut it on the center. So just cut. Okay, so we only need 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an excess, just knead it again and put it inside your Tupperware or Ziploc. Okay, so you put your sepals on your foam pad, just like that, and then dab cornstarch. So what I will do, I will manipulate the shape and expand, just like that. So there's a lot of cornstarch, that's totally fine. I will teach you later how to remove those. Okay, so after that, you need your toothpick. So toothpick or barbecue stick or barbecue skewers. If you don't have this one, you can also use the Dresden tool. So basically what I will do, using the end, so it's on a slanting motion, I will pull going out. Okay, so you see that. And then I'll pull on the other direction, like that. And then I will pull on the ends. Okay, so it should look like that. You can pinch this a little bit. So you need to do the same with all the other sepals. So the reason why we are doing this, so that it becomes closer to the real thing. Okay. Oops. So sometimes accidents happen like that. So don't give up. Just open the paste and continue the process. Then pinch. Okay, so we are down to our last 2 sepals. But actually, if you have the specific cutter for the sepal, you can also use that, and then you can apply this technique. Just like so, and then pinch. Okay, so we need to let this dry out also. So we'll check our first petal. So this is okay, this is good. So what I love to do, so this is my other foam pad. So you need your smallest ball tool. This is your first petal that dried. Okay, so just go around the edges. Okay, so there's natural tears. So we put edible glue. Again, just on the side like a letter V. Okay, so after that, get your rose. You'll stick this under. So at this level, okay, like that. And then you can actually pinch your petals. Okay, so you do the same with the other petal. So again, just go around, edge, frill it. Okay, so we ended here, so I will add on this part. So when I'm sticking petals, I only press on the side where there is glue. Okay, I don't press the middle because the petals will flap. should be like that. Okay, and then pinch the petals, make it look natural. So just continue the process. Okay, so just put again edible glue. Attach the petal. See that? So that's your rose flower. It's very pretty. Okay, so our last petal. Okay, so add it here. So you see, I just press on the side where there is glue. Okay, it should be like that. So that your petals won't fall even if you shake it. So there you have it. That's your rose flower. It's very pretty. So now we will start adding accents. But first, this is our smallest petal, the one that we did earlier. So gently pair up the petal like that. So using your barbecue stick, you can actually create holes like that. Okay, so it's nicer, looks more natural. Okay, so same procedure, you put edible glue. So you tilt your rose upside down. So this is what it looks like. So I'll put one here. Okay, and then you can pinch it out. Okay, it should be like that. And then we can add another one on one side right here. Okay, it should look like that. Okay, so now we will be adding our sepals. So this is our sepals. So same procedure. Okay, so you add edible glue, just an ample amount, not too much. So you put it here. And then pinch. I pinch it to make it look more natural. Okay. I pinch. Okay, and then the next one. Put it here. And pinch. That it's very pretty. Okay, so now this one, put it here, then pinch. So I'm always pinching the sepals so to create natural waves, so it looks natural. And then pinch this one. Okay, so there you have it, the sepals. See? Okay, so now we will color the flower to make it look really nice. So you see some of the sepals, it's doing its thing, so it's kinda curling back, so which is what we wanted. So before we actually color our flower, before we add details, you need to get a small amount of your color green, just like that. So I'll teach you how to make the thorns and the stem. Okay, so this is your flower. Okay, so just put the paste here like that. And then you need cornstarch on your hands, on your finger. Gently roll. Okay, just twist. Okay, so you see here, I'm just twisting and rolling. The purpose is to cover the entire stick with gum paste. Okay. That is the main purpose. Okay, until you cover the entire stem, just like that. Okay, so we need to make this very smooth. Okay, just like that. So what you do now to make the thorns, okay, so gently pinch like that and then pinch on the other direction. Okay, so you do it on a random manner. Okay, so there you have it, you have your thorns. Okay, so now we will color our petals. We'll add dust. So here's my paint palette. So I'll just add my petal dust. Okay. And then we'll be using this brush, this makeup brush. So let's say for example, this is your flower. So what you need to do, normally the center is more darker. So get a little bit amount of the dust and gently dust out starting from the center. It should be darker. Okay, like that. And then just add accents to the ends. So I love using makeup brush for dusting flowers. The reason behind this is very light and the strands are actually very fine, so it won't destroy your petals even if your petals are very thin. Okay, so as you see, I'm just adding red accents on the sides of the petals. Okay, so there you have it. So now I will add the green accents, so it will become more natural. So you need to get your, so there is another paint palette. Okay, so I will add my petal dust, color green. So for the specific shade, this is olive green. Okay, and then we get our green brush. Okay, so what I like to do, so on some parts, some ends, you'll add green so that it becomes, oops, this is way too much. That's too much. When you're dusting, always remember you should start lighter, going to dark, because it's easier to adjust colors from light to dark. Sometimes if you add too much dark color, it's hard to adjust. Okay. So there you have it. This is our realistic rose made in gum paste. Again, for the gum paste recipe, I'll be posting it on the description box. So there you have it. So pretty. Okay, so you need to tilt your flour, and then you need to dust. You see this side, you should dust this with cream. So as to make it look natural. Okay, and then we go back to our flour again. So I'm just adding, sometimes when you're dusting, you can actually just insert it on a styro and then gently hold the petals when you're dusting, because this is really thin. Okay, so we're almost done. So here, this is my red palette again. So I'll just add this one. This is the liquid color. So this is Peotraco color gel, or you can use any color gel that's color red. So I'll add water, but you can use gin or vodka. And then you need a very fine brush like this one. Okay, so what I like to do, you have holes and natural tears on your flower, so it needs to be darker. So for example, where's the hole? Okay, so we don't have holes. Okay, so here, I add red. Okay, so, and then on some ends of the petal, just add very little red, like that. Okay, so it becomes natural. I'm just adding accents. Actually, you could go lighter. So normally I just add accents here like that, so as to mimic the real flower. Then again, we tilt our flower. So you see the sepals, we need to add red accents to that one. So just create lines. Okay. Normally the ends are darker, and then it goes light. And then here we have a hole here, so we need to add color red, so as to have a feel that as if it's burned. Okay, So because this is the first set of petals. Okay, and then our thorns, you need to paint this with dark red. Okay, just like so. Okay, so there you have it. This is our Gumpaste Rose. It's very, very pretty. So you can add more accents if you want. Okay, so that's our Gumpaste Rose. So here, you can actually add more red if you want. Okay. So this is our different roses. See, it's very, very pretty. You can put this on your cakes, or you can actually just make something like this and give it to your special someone as a gift. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. So this is our rose. See that? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.